This line in 1889 occurred the worst tragedy in Irish railway history. A train carrying hundreds of children on a Methodist Sunday school trip from Armagh to Warrenpoint had to be split because of overloading. Some of the carriages ran back out of control into a following train, killing 80 people, including 23 children. The very name Goragh Wood brought fear and trepidation to a whole generation of rail travellers. It was the frontier post for cross-border trains and was staffed by an exceptionally predatory band of customs men and women. Many a carefully hidden treasure was located and confiscated in this remote and rather menacing spot. The drivers and firemen had no love for Goragh Wood either, as the stop here interrupted the long, slow climb over the Craigmore Viaduct towards Adavoyle and the Gap of the North. Below the fine Egyptian arch ran the Camlock Road, sloping steeply down from the village into Newry, which by the 1960s had settled into a prosperous trading and shopping town, serving a large rural area on both sides of the border. Traffic in the narrow streets was beginning to be a problem, as all roads converged here, and bridges across the river and canal were few and narrow. Fortunately, the railway system gave easy access, with the principal station at Edward Street. This well-equipped facility was close to all of the shopping areas and had a regular and reliable service from Great Victoria Street Station in Belfast. Originally a terminus, this station was eventually joined to the line from Warrenpoint by one of the most tortuous and interesting short link lines in Ireland, involving a journey across 5 level crossings, a canal and a river. The first crossing was at Edward Street itself, by the signal cabin at the end of the station platform. Just a short distance along the double track was Monaghan Street, also with its cabin. A further crossing at King Street led to Canal Quay, with a ground frame here operating the long gates across the road and formerly controlling rail traffic on the swing bridge over the disused inland canal. The unusual bridge was on a tight curve, leading across the narrow island between the river and the canal, then over the main Dublin Road by a 5th level crossing and another signal box, into a second passenger station, Dublin Bridge. This had been the terminus of the Newry, Warrenpoint and Rostrevor Railway, opened in 1849, and was built overhanging the Clanry River. Finally, it was out past the gasworks and over the river bridge. For goods traffic, the system was even more complex, with a junction at King Street leading to the docks. Until 1951, this line extended to Greenore at the southern limit of the estuary and then on to Dundalk. From 1873, trains of this Dundalk, Newry and Greenore Railway used Edward Street as their terminus, although a separate passenger station had existed at Bridge Street. For trains setting out from Greenore, the old Norman town of Carlingford was the main intermediate stop, maintaining a close link with Newry, the port which succeeded it. All activity at the railway station was overlooked by King John's Castle, in the same way that it had dominated the harbour before it. Bessbrook had its own unique connection to Edward Street until 1948. Built about 3 miles northwest of Newry, as one of the first planned model villages in the British Isles, it provided unusually good living and working conditions for the employees of the huge linen mill.